Hey everyone, it's Mindy from Tony's Picks. Welcome to my show where I give you the best statistical plays, 15 Major League Baseball. Hopefully you guys are ready to go. Congrats to my Royals. All right, you guys, here we go. 15 plays. Hope you are ready. I sure are. Sure are. Sure am. Let's go. Oh, goodness. Always something with me. Pirates versus Yankees. Paul Skeens on the mound. Microscopic ERA 1.33 over his last five, 1.99 this season versus Gill. 2.53, pretty good in his own right. Under his 3.27 this season. Pirates offense still scoring 1.5 runs less per game than their season long average. And their batting average 4.4% lower right now. Pirates, they keep failing to show up. Oh, I know they beat the Yankees yesterday. I get it. But their offense is still only hitting 191 with a 5.55 slugging percentage. We're definitely going under the total in this first game today. So 3-3 ball game. That comes under that 7.5. And this play, my model versus Vegas opening lines, it hits at 60.3%. Let's get ourselves a win. All right. Sox versus Tigers. Was watching about the Sox being the worst since 1900. Oh boy. It's Burke on the mound. 1.93. But look at that. That's quality. Over his last, 3 games here. Tigers have Herter on the mound. 1.45. That's a pretty exceptional ERA there. 2.61 overall. White Sox offense, they're actually up. They're scoring 1.5 runs more per game on average here. White Sox are also batting 4.5% higher than what they have been the season-long average. It's pretty crazy. So we're actually going to go ahead and, oh yeah, my graphics, they look great. That should be under the total. It says over, but I know that the opening line is not 6. We're going to go under. Scratch it. It's going to go under the total here, you guys. We're doing it. Go under. Bad graphics. All right. Reds versus Cubs at Wrigley Field. Louder on the mound. 1.4 ERA over his last 5 versus Hendricks 6.04. Elevated. That is for sure. Cubs starting picture here. Not been totally great this season. Cubs offense, though, have been pretty hot, scoring 6 runs over their last 5. Reds bullpen, they're bad. 5.005 ERA. It's going to help get this total over, you guys. Cubs offense right now, 3.1% better than their season-long average. Capitalizing on opportunities, they're getting it done. They're 9.1% higher than the league average right now in that offensive impact category that I talk about here daily. Everything from runs scored, batting average, on base, slugging, anything that I can keep an offensive stat. And look at this, you guys, 967 on base slugging. I like it. Let's go over the total. Have it coming in at 8. All right. Marlins, Blue Jays at Rogers. McCaulin, 5.64 over his last 5. Not too shabby for a Marlins guy versus Rodriguez, 2.76 over his last 3. 4.41 this season. I mean, this one just comes down to, I know the Marlins put up 15, but it's not happening here today. We're going to go ahead and go under this total, under 8 or under 8.5. We have it coming in at 8. This one comes in at 69.9% of the time. Let's go under the total. All right, Phillies, Nationals, Wheeler on the mound, 1.64 ERA over his last 5, 2.56 this season versus Gore. Also has an outstanding ERA, 1.88 over his last 5, 4.04 this season. Nationals offense, they're still struggling to score runs. They're 4.5% lower when it comes to batting average. The Nationals offense, this is not a good number, you guys. 14.6% lower than the league average. Run scored, batting average, slugging, all those offensive impact categories. Also hitting only a 196, 550 on base slugging. It's terrible. We're going under the total. Have them only coming up with a whopping 2 runs today. 4-2 is going to be that one. Under the total comes in at 58.5. Cardinals, Giants went over the total last night. Looks like that's where we're headed. Valente, 3.34 over his last 5, 3.71 this season versus Snell. You guessed it, 1.08. Microscopic, can't find it. Super skinny, it's slim, 1.08. 3.12 this season. Cardinals offense, they're actually batting average wise, 4.42% higher. They're also showing up in a pretty big way. Cardinals offense, 12.6% higher than the league average right now. All those offensive impact categories, run scores, batting average, and on base slugging. It's 820 right now. We're going to go over this total. I know it comes in right at 7, but there's rounding. We're going over. Comes in at 63.4%. All right. Rays and Red Sox at Fenway. Baz on the mound, 2.45 over his last 5, 3.07 this season versus Mr. Cutter Crawford, 4.06 over his last 5, staying steady, 4.17 this season. Rays offense, we talk about them. They're kind of bad, 4.5% lower when it comes to batting average. Also struggling to capitalize on anything, averaging 2.24 runs. That's bad. The Rays offense right now, 16.8% lower than the league average in all of those offensive impact categories, hitting a whopping 185 and slugging again 550. Is this our third team that's hitting slugging 550? Yikes. Let's go under the total again. Comes in at 59.7. Let's do it. Astros, Guardians. This was a good one for us yesterday. We got our very bestest bet in. It was under that total. Verlander. What is this? Verlander, 10.9 ERA over his last 5. 5.555 over this season versus Ben Lively, who they have Lively out there in some places. I don't know why. 4.87 over his last 5, 3.8 this season. The Astros pitching. What's going on with that? Let's go ahead and go over. Is Verlander going to do it again? Give up a shit ton of runs? Probably so. We're going over this total. Have it coming in at 9, 53% of the time. All right, Orioles and Twins. Oh my goodness, look at this. We're going over the total. We have 11. I didn't put what it was in there. It's probably 7 or 8-ish. 8-ish. But we have Suarez on the mound, 5.96, elevated from the 3.74 versus Matthews, elevated. Yikes, 7.78 over his last 5. That's not so good. 5.71 this season. There's a lot of big numbers when I'm reading this. Yikes. But yeah, the Orioles bullpen, this one's big too. 4.83 is what they've been averaging out of that bullpen. That's horrible. And the good thing is the Orioles are hitting pretty good, and they're up against Matthews, 4.3% higher right now in all of those offensive impact categories. Going over the total, I don't care what it is. I mean, it could be a 10 at this point. We're going over. Let's do it. 50.6%. All right, Mets and Brewers. Mr. Peterson, 3.77 over his last 5, 3.08 this season versus Colin Ray. Oh, God, these numbers are so big. 8.1 over his last 5, 4.17 this season. No wonder we have all of these totals showing up today. Brewers pitching, giving up on average 3.93 runs. Oh, man, what's happening? So, yeah, it looks like a lot of Mets, a lot of Brewers. This one here is coming in at 9. Again, this is probably an 8, 8.5 opening line. We are going over the total. Comes in at 50.6%. Yikes. My Royals, they've made it to the postseason. First time since the World Series. That's a long stretch, that's for sure. Lugo, is this a highlight again? 2.2 ERA over his last 5. 3.03 this season versus Lopez. Man, this is like reading duplicates. 2.08 over his last 3 games. 2.03 this season. That's nice. Nice and steady. Royals offense, they're hitting 219. That's quality. Royals offense, slugging 594. Braves offense, they've scored 1.66 more runs than the Royals. So it's, yeah, I mean, they got into the postseason without even having to win. That's pretty good. Braves offense right now, 7% more than the Royals over the last 3. Taking the Atlanta Braves here at minus 150, comes in at 69.6. Have them winning 3-2. Also under that total. Next. Padres, Diamondbacks, Perez, 2.49 over his last 5. Under that 4.25 this season. Rodriguez, elevated. Man, 6.44. This is the day of junk. That is for sure. 6.44 after over his last 5. 5.56 this season. Diamondbacks bullpen, awful. 5.315. That's going to help this get over the total. Oh my gosh. We're coming in at 10 runs again on this one. This is absolutely crazy. We also are in this Diamondbacks Park Chase Field. So we always have a little bit of an increase, but it's 8% park factor. That's based off of all that, good wind and temperature and impact, altitude, all that kind of good stuff that comes in at an indoor facility. All right, let's go over the total. 50.6% of the time, 6-4, have the Padres winning. LA put up a big number. So yeah, Yamamoto 3.27 over his last 5. A little bit elevated from that 2.96, but I'll take it. Versus Senzatella 3.38 over his last 5. He has been staying steady this season. Oh, goodness. Look at that. We're going to go under the total, but barely. A 5-4 ball game. Let's take the Dodgers to win again. Lay the 275. I don't know. Put it with Alabama tomorrow. That's right. I said it. All right. Next up is going to be my VIP play of the day. You guys, we've been on a hot streak. So for those of you joining me, I appreciate it. All you got to do is get over to Tony's Picks VIP. This play here is our highest on the board today. Comes in at 80% flat. This is Hahne and Canning. So if you want this play, find me over there and use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Got some football for you too. It's going to be fun. All right, A's and what's that team? The Mariners. The Mariners, that's right. They're going to get it done again. The Mariners. Oh, we're going to go over the total. Look at this. This is crazy. You know why? Because Estes. He pitches like total crap when he's away from his home stadium. Yeah, I liked all the, athletics fans crying because it was moving when they never showed up for their damn team. It's awful, you guys. It's awful. I mean, there's more that go to the Omaha Storm Chasers, which won, by the way. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and go over this total. You can see Castillo, he's decent, 3.45. And suddenly now this Mariners team has decided that they are going to hit the ball. Yeah, that's right. They're doing it for sure. That's right. They're doing it. Let's go ahead and go over the total of 9. Yeah, there was a lot of lines not out when I created this yet. So we had to get it out, though. All right, you guys. Hey, I'm pretty sure that that's all I can find today. That has been 15 of the best projections you can find. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Click on the bell to get the latest notifications. You don't want to miss out on any of this super action. All right, you guys, we're getting closer and closer to the postseason. Hockey starting up right around the corner. NBA, it's going to be a fun one. All right, you guys, see ya. Have a good weekend. Good luck.